this week we are at the Silverstone circuit, home of the British motor racing. It's also going to be the home race for many of these drivers this week, being the EU division. Maybe a familiar voice from last week. My name is BK. I believe I'll be here for the foreseeable future. So thank you for joining me, everybody. And tonight I actually have a partner. Welcome everyone, Hasmania, to the booth. How are you doing? Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing this evening? We certainly do, and for a good reason, because if anybody saw the weather forecast for this session, they would know that there is some rain coming very quickly in the middle of qualifying. So everybody's going to want to get their laps done as soon as possible. For some reason, I don't seem to have game audio. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. It's weird, it just wasn't playing the car sounds, but now we got it fixed. Let's get some detail on the board here, telemetry, lap data, and track map. So yeah, like we said, should see some rain in this qualifying session, so everybody's going to try to bolt on the softs and get a lap done as quick as possible, or else they're going to be sitting in the back of the field. Um, could be exciting for sure. We did have some excitement last week in quali when the pole sitter at the time, Amy, DNF'd about 7 minutes into it and was on pole for a good chunk of quali, but then got beat out by Charlie at the end. First one on their lap is TGL Stewart, who we are on board with right now. So yeah, just quickly, last week's race result from Japan, we had Cornish in the McLaren coming from P6 to finish P1. LOI Kajoko, his teammate, came from P8 to finish P2. And Y Inside rounded out the podium from P9, finishing P3. Unfortunately, losing out to Kajoko on the last lap, but still a good showing in the third position there. Um, as far as drivers and constructor standings go, we are not 100% sure on that. Our latest is from round 7, and we are now on round 10. So, but I believe Cornish is the driver's leader at this point. And Stewart is just... Yeah, and TGL Stewart is coming to the line, so let's see what the lap to beat is for now. It is 128.1, that is a decent lap. We've got some Williams coming around. I think they're on slow laps. Jack King is invalidated. And Y Inside to be the next across the line. Another reserve coming back from last week. He was in the Haas, but now in the Alpine. Do you know what division he's in? Oh no. That's not what he wants when he's on the clock for putting in a decent lap. And Y Inside goes 28.4 just behind TGL Stewart. Cornish Cuck at 28.6 behind them. And Electric Blade jumps up to P2 with a 28.2. Next across the line. It's not Kelster, it is the other AlphaTauri, Charlie Cangdon, coming P5, and AJ just beats him 28.3 for P3. Red Mask is next across the line, and he goes P7, followed by Pipe Tech, who jumps him and now is in P7 at 28.758. These laps are coming in quick, as everybody knows they've got to put in the times, and Jay Prentice goes Seventh fastest again, 3 in a row. Go P7 with 28.650. Might be a contested position tonight. Ah. Yeah, put the hands outside and feel for some rain maybe. Yeah, it should be about halfway through, so these guys should still have some time, but we're running down to the last few minutes of dry running. We're on board right now with Matty Robbo, who qualified in P7 last week. Into the last turn of the track, turn 18. And he goes 10th fastest with a 31.8. I wonder if he's just got the wet setup on right now and is waiting for the race inevitably when that setup is going to come to life. Definitely, he was the first on track and put it on the first position, and he stayed there since. Yep, we are on board with AJ right now. Down the Wellington Straight, I believe that's called. Sets a purple sector 1, so let's see what he can put together for the rest of this lap. He qualified P4 last week, but after a bit of a shocker of a race due to inexperienced commentator cursing him off the bat, um, he did have a bit of a tough one, but took fastest lap anyways. Let's see if he can bounce back this week. I don't know. He was pretty upset about it. Nope. This is just a car on the track right now. Nothing else. Coming through the Hamilton Straight now to cross the line. AJ does not improve. Or well, he does improve on his time, but not on his position. It might be. I wonder why he decided to not put on a second set and try to get out before the rain. Maybe didn't think he'd have enough time, or. But either way, it's still sitting P3, and with the rain coming, it should be a good position for now. Yeah, and meanwhile, Coach Don Ammo just put it P1 ahead of TGL Stewart with a 127.8, first one to dip into the 27s tonight. On board now with Y Inside, the man who finished P3 last week as a reserve. And I'd say that rain is coming any minute now. There's a lot of people who haven't. And just about everybody is out on track except for 2 cars in the pits right now. It is a busy qualifying session here in Silverstone. Inside, purple sector 2. Can't see any rain yet. just looking at the chat there. They said they couldn't hear you a while ago, but have you got that sorted yet? Has? Just someone in the chat mentioned they couldn't hear you. I don't know if that message got delivered to you. It's your here, wait, say something now. I can mute my mic and turn the stream up just to hear. Kelser Swag coming to the pits. I'm not sure what he did, but it's interesting that it is still holding up as being dry right now, giving Eber the opportunity to put a lap in, who was not here last week in Suzuka. And he does set a lap at 128.6, just puts him outside the top 10 there. Jack King might be next to the line. No, he backed out on his lap. Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe they're just okay with starting at the back because they know there's going to be some carnage during the race, or what may it be? Yeah, I can definitely see some rain now as AJ is finishing up his lap. I don't think that's going to help him. Or is he just starting a lap? No, this is definitely not going to be good for him. Two Spell Wizard says, "Come on, you Reds," cheering on the Prentice brothers, who last week, if you saw the stream, both ended up with broken wings after the first lap. But they both came back to finish P5 and P6, so good showing for them. And then I believe also, in the next day, El Prentice took a W in EU1, so congratulations to him. Yep. No, we knew the rain was coming, but didn't know when, and it honestly held off a lot longer than we thought as AJ goes off the track. I think he's just going to bring the car home at this point. He's on the softs, it's raining hard, and there's no point in risking it at this point. He's sitting P6 right now. Interestingly enough, Racer, who sat in the pits for most of the qualifying, has decided to come out on inters now, so maybe just getting a feel for the conditions that they can expect in the race. You're definitely louder now. Do you have your audio settings set to shared in the audio sharing settings? I'm not sure exactly how to find it off the top of my head, but I know you have to click a setting to like share your party audio. We can hear him, but he's very, very quiet. Okay, that's what Two Spell just said. I'm surprised so many people are going out on inters right now, considering that. Well, does it use up an extra set for you in the race if you use one in quali? I'm not sure, but if that's the case, I would figure you'd want an extra set for the race. That is true, yeah. The inters probably can go on a one stop. Maddie says capture and broadcast, then audio, and turn it to be set to shared. I mean, if they say that they can hear you, you're just quiet, I imagine that your sharing settings are probably correct, but I'm not 100% sure. It might just be like the mic is quiet. Unless we're hearing him quietly from the feedback through your mic. That is also a good thing to suggest. Maddie, is that for something that I need to do or something that Has would need to do? Which one? I think it'd be in the PlayStation settings. Oh shit. Yeah, it's under. Do you have a PlayStation 4? Oh, it's gonna be different. But for me, it's under like the sharing and broadcast settings on my PlayStation, and then audio sharing settings after that. Two spell, can we get an audio check for Mr. Haas? Two spell says can't hear anything. Um, yeah, I think I have that checked. Double check. Audio sharing settings. Include microphone in audio. Include microphone, audio and broadcast, and share party audio. Yeah, they're all checked. Do have a little bit of time yet. I wonder if it's something I can turn up in just the party settings, like turn up the party audio. Oh yeah. I think you can adjust your own microphone settings in party audio settings. If you adjust microphone level, it might make your own mic louder for me in the stream. Oh, qualifying has ended. Oh my goodness, we're gonna miss the starting order. Coast Dawn Ammo is P1, TGL Stewart P2, Charlie Kangdon P3, Jack King P4, Electric Blade P5, and AJ P6, Inside P7, El Prentice P8, and I missed the rest. Shoot. Um,
Okay.
and there we go. The rain is coming down over the Silverstone. Do you know this track used to be a Royal Air Force base?
Yes, hence the reason the Hanger Strait is called the Hanger Strait.
Yes, sir. There you go. It was a bomber base back in the day in World War II, but after that they changed it to
Oh,
the
do I
racetrack.
hear myself on stream?
Alright,
Oh, I do.
try again one more time.
Right, I'm gonna have to talk very loud.
Oh yes, we can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay, here we are.
Well, everybody welcome Haas to the booth. Alright, like I was
How is
saying,
everyone doing?
we are doing a lot better now that it's not just me talking to somebody that nobody else can hear. Uh,
Yeah, I'm sure people were probably theorizing that you were talking to a ghost,
yeah,
but no more.
that's word on the street is I'm absolutely clinically insane at this point.
All the best commentators are.
Anyways, the starting grid, as I was trying to say earlier, but unfortunately missed it. Sorry about that, guys. Again, some audio issues, but I think we're all set now. Coast on Ammo with that amazing lap in the 27s, the only one, is starting P1. Let's see what he can do there. TGL Stewart, he stayed P2 after that good lap to put him P1 for quite a long time. Charlie
Ooh,
Kangdon, last week's
Charlie
pole
has just
sitter.
had a little spin.
Oh, he had a little spin in the formation lap, did he? Well, he was last week's pole sitter and had a little issue that saw him DNF from the race, so hopefully he can bounce back from that. Jack King P4, he did not race last week. Electric Blade P5, who retired in the pits last week. Ecos AJDW17, who was P11 last week, I believe, P6 now. Wine who finished P3 last week. El Prentice P8. Cornish Cuck, the championship leader, and the man who won last week, P9. Let's see what he can do there, as two people have gotten disqualified from the formation
Ooh,
lap. That's not good.
no stranger to that accidental clip. It's a real shame for them. They're going to be starting with very cold tyres indeed.
Very cold tires and not in a very good spot in their grid.
Oh,
And
everyone's going off. Dan Robbo, little moment there, coming out of a chapel. Right, we haven't done predictions yet.
yeah,
BK, what do you think?
oh, you got to stay with the man who's hot. Cornish Cuck's gonna do something good today again. He's gonna finish P1 from P9. Uh, I liked El Prentice last week in AM1. You got to put him P2 after that performance. And who knows? Maybe I don't know. Let's go Don Ammo. He's P1. Let's go him for P3.
Alright, I'm going to say, ooh, I'd say P1. We're probably going to go, let's play it safe. I'm going to say Cornish Cock as well. I think P2 is going to be a shock. I'm going to say someone like Electric Blade and AJP3.
Oh goodness, not the curse, and we're away here. Everybody getting away pretty slowly. Looks like the Red Bull AJ had a pretty good jump, but he's gonna have to tuck behind here. Some position changes down the field, but everybody's staying pretty clean so far. AJ looking up the inside of Jack King. Gonna have the outside for this next corner with better traction.
Oh, the two Prentice brothers going at it in the midfield. 8th and 9th. Oh, and we have a spinner. That is Pipe Tech. Oh, no.
Pipe Tech at the back of the field now. AJ had to concede the position to Jack King. He's made up one position after the start, though. Inside is putting him under pressure at the moment. As you can see the position changes there. AJ did make a position along with Y inside off the start ahead of Electric Blade. Everything seems pretty stable right now. Nobody wants to make a mistake this early. Wisey Boy is all over the back of Ebird right now. Coming down the Hamilton straight. And Ebird had a moment. He's off the track. Wisey Boy is going to be on the inside for this turn, and he's got the position. Wisey Boy now up into P13.
Making a dive bomb on the Haas. Is he going to make the move? No, he's caught in a sandwich, that Haas, a Mercedes sandwich. Can he keep his position though, coming out of this corner onto the Wellington straight?
As AJ got past Jack King down the straight, it looks like.
Oh, the Mercedes sends it.
Sends it up the inside.
Into Brooklyn's around Luffield. Can he keep the position by the looks of it?
Looks like we have a yellow flag. I think Y inside might have come into contact or lost something there. He's dropped a ton of positions all of a sudden.
Does it look like a spin? Does he have wing damage? Doesn't look like he has wing damage.
Looked like Jack King dropped back there as well. As Kelstersway gets around Red Mask, who's now under pressure from Y inside. Down the straight. Y inside throws it up the inside ahead of Red Mask. Red Mask looking for the switchback. A little bit of contact. Gets out of shape and somebody spun. Kelsterswag.
Kelsterswag, the Alpha Tauri, back into 18th place.
And Matty Robbo has jumped into the pits. I wonder if he had... Oh no, that's not Matty Robbo. That's Jack King. Red Mask 3-second time penalty. Not exactly what you want this early on to the race, but I'm sure we'll see more as we go on. And Red Mask under pressure from Matty, but he closes the door there. Both Matty and Dan Robbo flying in formation right now. A little bit of contact on the back of Red Mask. Looks like the Williams have dropped off the back a little bit now.
It looks like Don Ammo has just completely sent it. He's left. He's gone.
He along with AJ.
Don Ammo. Yeah, it looks like that top three is fairly stable. The only person under pressure might be Ecor's AJ from Charlie.
Oh yeah, sorry,
We'll
I meant
see how
Stewart.
that develops.
Yes, he and Stewart have kind of left everybody else, and AJ's getting a little pressure from Charlie behind. But he's made up 3 positions since the start, so that's pretty solid for him.
Yeah, we can see the formation of 2 distinct trains now, one being led by Don Ammo and the other one being led by Y inside. this race just starts to, drift away into the vast boringness of the mid-race.
Yeah,
Who can we see in the pits there? Why
why
inside in the
inside?
pits? Does he have damage maybe? Maybe he wants some new tyres?
He might. We're gonna stay on board and see what exactly he's coming to the pits for. It looks like a new fresh wing. So yeah, he must have had something go wrong there when he lost all those positions. I unfortunately did not see what.
Yeah, sort of forced into that change there. It's the only option he had. Can't really race around Silverstone with a damaged wing.
No, and especially not in the wet. Two Spell says the Ferraris are creeping forward. Hopefully no engine failures. They did get split by Charlie at the moment. Jay Prentice is on the back of him right now. Followed by Cornish. We got a 3-car battle right now for 6th.
Very close battle there for the 6th place, yeah.
They'll be pitting for slicks soon. The Ferraris? That would be a Ferrari strat, but I think the Prentice brothers have a little bit more of their heads screwed on a little tighter.
Yeah, I think the best luck we can wish for Cornish Cook is Jay Prentice somehow runs out of ERS, because it doesn't seem like he's ever going to pass Jay Prentice with that setup.
And he's looking up the inside now. He's going to try to take 2 positions. He's going to have to yield to the AlphaTauri. He gets off the track, and now he's lost both of them. It looked like he was going to make that stick for just a second. Jay Prentice has all the invitation he needs to get alongside Charlie now and takes 6th place. Just as you were saying, it looked like he's not going to get by. He was like, watch this. And they're still fighting it out now. Charlie and Prentice, which gives an opportunity to Cornish, and he takes it. But Prentice is going to be on the outside of him. Everybody's going to be pushing Cornish down the straight.
Charlie comes back on the inside into Brooklands. Is he going to brake late? He is. Is he going to make the move though? Cornish Cook around the outside, getting the inside into Luffield, forcing Charlie to go wide. And he takes the position coming into Woodcote.
And look at Racer, just licking his chops behind, just closing that gap slowly as these three battle it out.
It's amazing to think after all that, Cornish Cook is the front of the train. Lovely 1-lap scrap there.
Yeah. Through comes Cornish, says Two Spell. Yeah, that was... I should have put on my crofty voice for you there.
I could maybe do a good crofty voice with my accent. I'll make sure to do that if that ever happens in the race again. Don Ammo with the new fastest lap of the race.
Charlie's jumping in the pits. Did he get wing damage through that battle there?
I'll tell you what's an interesting development. TGL Stewart has 3-second time penalty, corner cutting, and that is really going to bring AJ into P2 contention by the looks of it.
It certainly is. And he has kind of dropped the back of Electric Blade there.
Turned into a 3-horse race at the front, absolutely leaving the other cars for dead. Electric Blade, the closest, and what is that, about 5 seconds, 6 seconds back from the leader?
Yep. Prentice is all over the back of Racer now, Jay Prentice, I mean, not L Prentice. There's actually 4 cars here, pretty close.
Just lost a few positions there, out of Luffield.
Ebert and Wisey are going to be side by side through cops here, I think. And Wisey goes out wide. Pipe Tech looking on the back of Red Mash through Maggots and Beckett as well. And it looks like he's going to have that move done. Is Kelster Swag gonna try to make something happen, but from behind? No, he's gonna tuck behind.
Oh, EB nearly thought about making a move on Jay Prentice there into the Vale chicane. Oh, bit of a snap of oversteer coming out of club. Oh, and he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Is he going to lose position to Wisey Boy? He is.
I just caught the end of that.
Oh, really, really getting treacherous out there.
Is it going to be changing to full wets, or is it just staying inters?
I believe it's staying inters the entire race.
But as those inters will wear out, there'd be more like slicks. Why inside has set a couple fastest laps. He has pitted, so he's got a little bit of a fresher tire to work with. But this is the battle for P9 at the moment, involving the Mercedes, the Haas, and the Williams. As Matty Robbo is taking a peek on the inside of Evert, who got a little wide through left field.
I'm sure Jay Prentice is looking in his mirrors there, wishing he was not a part of that fight. I'm sure he'll be pushing to get away from that.
I'm sure he will be. He's got a second behind him now to Wisey, so as long as he can keep that, he should be all right. What he really wants is to catch up to Racer ahead of him. And Charlie's picked up a 3-second time penalty at the back of the field. Spudhead has joined the chat. What's up, Spud?
Ooh, AJ make a move into the Aintree there. Oh, is he gonna? Great. Maybe. Could be burning his ERS there. Catch up. Is he gonna make a move? No, too far back.
And we've got a yellow in sector 1. Looks like an AlphaTauri was off. My Kelster Swag, maybe? AJ's not letting Stewart breathe here.
Oh, they're gonna go side by side into cops.
Side by side through cops.
Oh, nearly had a repeat of 2021 there.
Yeah, good thing the Red Bull was on the inside this time.
And all this fighting is just making Don Amo's lead grow lap by lap. He's looking very comfortable in the lead now.
He certainly is, especially with that 3-second time penalty behind, and AJ only really being the next car that's closest to him. He's got another 5 seconds behind AJ. Don Amo's in a great position right now. And he's just setting fastest laps. He's having a enjoyable Wednesday evening drive.
Full in a Lewis Hamilton.
Doing his best Lewis Hamilton impression, that is correct. Both AJ and Stewart are sitting very even on ERS here, so it will...
A spin from EB1. Oh, coming out of turn 2.
Oh no! He's gonna have to be careful for the cars behind. He's got going again though.
We have the ghosting feature, so we don't get any unfortunate crashes. Oh, Jay Prentice with 3 seconds.
No.
That is gonna. Oh, that's gonna kill him. That.
Yeah, and Wisey Boy.
And he's losing a position. Ooh, a little tap of the wings there.
Wisey's just trying to shave off some more downforce for Jay Prentice. By tapping his wing, cut a little downforce off. Matty Robbo is still hanging out not too far behind these guys. Just hoping for them to keep on battling. And he is clean of penalties as well. Well, the 3 drivers ahead of him are not.
I wouldn't put it past him to get a podium, knowing his record with Silverstone. His
Oh,
record in just races in general. He always finds a way to wriggle himself on the field. Oh, we have another spin. Charlie again. That race is just keeps getting worse for him.
Red Mask and TGL Stewart pick up
And
time penalties. So that's 6 seconds for Stewart now. Let's pull up the penalties. 6 seconds for Stewart, and everybody else who has a penalty besides Red Mask has 3 seconds.
take a look at the position changes since lap 1. We're a fair way into the race. I think it's fair. Wisey Boy up 10 positions is the biggest winner out of the starting grid. Racer up 9 positions. The 2 Mercedes making very large inroads into the. And Jack King and Charlie started very high up the grid, and unfortunately Charlie has decided to call it a day and retired in the pits.
Yep, as you were going through the order there, he did pull into the pits, get a 5-second penalty, and call it a day, which is quite unfortunate considering he qualified so good last week and this week and hasn't finished either of those races. AJ's fighting it out with Stewart right now. I don't want to miss that. Down the Hamilton straight, side by side. AJ's draining the battery. Stewart's got a little more left.
Oh, through goes AJ.
Through goes AJ. Watch out for the car coming out of the pits. But he's going to be on the defense considering he's drained his battery. Stewart's got a little more. Is he going to be able to hold him off with...
Really, I don't think he should fight this. I think he's got the penalty. He should make the most of what he has, really. Is he going to fight it, though? Takes a little look into Brooklands, but decides not to make a move.
Now AJ's got some clear air.
Peltzer had a little moment going into the loop, and he's going side by side with Red Mask through Aintree. Loses out the position.
So Don Ammo's got 9 seconds behind him to the next car.
He is just in a give his own. Must be pretty bored up there.
Yeah, and he's got about 15 seconds to P3, so I think he's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
I will say, I'm rather surprised we haven't, and I will stress this, I do not want to see the commentator's curse come into action, but we have not seen a safety car just yet. Cornish still trying a little move around the outside into Stowe on El Prentice. Unfortunately, didn't make any progress there.
He's made up 3 positions so far in the race.
Just has a few more to go. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of a shake-up before the end of the race. You never know.
It wouldn't be, well, I mean, I've only got one EU2 race commentating experience. We've got a crash, Red Mask?
EB going side by side into the Vale chicane. I didn't quite see who was at fault there. I caught it like
5-1 Newcastle. I'm in Dreamland, says 2spell. Whatever. I don't know what that means.
5-1 Newcastle.
Is that? Oh, that's the football.
Don't talk to me about football. Not after Sunday's performance.
Ebert and Red Mask are still duking it out a little bit here. Both these guys are loaded up on ERS in P15 and 16.
We have both Ferraris coming under pressure. L Prentice coming under pressure from Cornish Cook, and J Prentice. Well, I was going to say coming under pressure from Matty Robbo, but he seems to have just dropped off a little bit there. J Prentice putting his own pressure onto Wisey Boy, going down the inside into Stowe.
Cornish just got around L Prentice. I think he's gone into the pits actually, L Prentice. He's about halfway through the race. We're going to start seeing guys jump in the pits for some fresh set of tires.
Ooh, we have everyone pitting now. Matty Robbo, Pipesec, Stewart, and L Prentice. All in the pit lane. New tyres. We'll see how fresh those tyres are. How big of an advantage they get.
Exactly, yeah. Do you think anybody's going to try to go no stop?
I'm sure someone will try it.
Maybe,
It depends how much time you lose on used tyres. It's always worth just a few laps extra to see if you can get away with it.
maybe a certain McLaren that's been holding back for this first half of the race, just waiting for things to happen, and maybe he'll be crazy enough to stick it out on these tires, Cornish Cook. He did a pretty long stint last week to get the win in Suzuka on mediums.
You can see further towards the grid, Red Mask and EB still going at it. They do not want to leave each other alone.
Yep. Oh, and I just saw Ebert lose it out of cops, I think that was. He's in the wall, but I don't think he's got too much damage. Got the car the right way now.
That's unfortunate. Puts him into last place.
It really is,
with
yeah.
penalties as well. That is a race killer.
We've got more action in the pits. Wisey Boy has come for his stop. With the gap that Don Ammo has right now, and everybody assuming behind him maybe will be making a pit stop. I wonder if he'll go to the end as well. He's got such a large gap.
Yeah, I think he's so far ahead. He can really mold the strategy the way he wants to.
Yeah.
He has such an advantage.
So the highest running car right now that has stopped is TGL Stewart. So we'll have to keep an eye on him and how he progresses, catching up to Dan Robbo in front. Cornish is putting Electric Blade under some pressure now. And he is coming into the pits. So Cornish will not be trying to go to the end on these tires.
Oh, I've just seen AJ spinning out of the final corner. Oh, that is unfortunate. See, he has no front wing.
Oh no.
AJ, no front wing.
And he's got Electric Blade has already caught up to him now.
Oh no, he's
Who?
around the whole track just to pit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be saying whatever he wants to me, but it's not my fault. I wasn't focusing on him when he spun.
Yep.
I'm sure he'll understand at the end of the race, so he may not be as accommodating right now.
Yep. I don't think you'll have nice things to say about us right now.
It's interesting to ask just what effect this might have on Cornish Cook's race, because he's just stopped, and I think he's going to gain a position on, might put him into the podium places when everyone else has stopped. Yeah, interesting little story to develop that.
And TGL Stewart has caught up as Wisey Boy yields position to Jack King. These guys are having a pretty good battle back for 12th right now. But TGL Stewart is the leader that has stopped, and he is closed up a second and a half on Dan Robbo ahead, who is putting Jay Prentice under pressure. We're staying on board with Wisey Boy though. He's trying to hold Jack King back behind him.
AJ is now into the pits. Presumably and hopefully he's to select the yes option on his front wing.
That.
I've witnessed many a race ruined because of that.
Yep, me too. Been there.
Good. He has remembered to put the yes option, which is always good to see.
eBird takes up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Looks like Wisey is dropping the back of Jack King now. AJ's just come out behind them in between those two.
He's in P11. That can't be nice.
No, and he should have been.
He's well-deserved podium, well-deserved
Yep.
second place.
Yeah, he should have been up there ahead of Stewart as the leader that has stopped.
See, the only real battle going on here between Cornish Cook and Al Prentice, but doesn't really look like it's going to develop. Oh, as I say that, Pipe Tech and Matty Robbo side by side through Luffield.
Good call. Looks like Pipe Tech is holding on to that position. Maybe Matty can get some Mirror S down and challenge him through cops. Nice and tidy through there. Gonna have to tuck behind him though. Cornish Cook did get by Al Prentice.
Another spin for eBird there.
And AJ just got past Wisey. It's their team orders today in the Red Bull camp. Yes, definitely. Red Mask lets him by, both of them. Matty picks up a 3-second time penalty on the exit of turn 5.
The clean drive again.
Pull
I
up.
will say it's not a pretty sight when you look at the penalties board. We have Racer in P3 seconds, Jay Prentice in P4 with 3 seconds, TGL Stewart with 9 seconds, Y inside with 3 seconds, L Prentice with 3 seconds, Wisey Boy with 3 seconds, Red Mask with 6 seconds, Jack King also with 6 seconds. It looks like they're actually in a fight for position there. Matty Robbo, unfortunately, with 3 seconds, and eBird in place, sadly, with 6 seconds.
We are on board with the battle for P11 right now as AJ sets the fastest lap. Red Mask is the cork in the bottle, as you say, right now for Jack King and Dan Robbo. Jack King is putting Red Mask under all sorts of pressure. So you're going to have a look. Red Mask defends the inside line. Jack King goes for the exit.
Looks like it's bringing Dan Robbo into the fight as well.
Exactly, yeah. Red Mask does get a good exit onto the Wellington Straight. And Pipe Tech is joining the party now too.
course, while all of this is going on, we have Don Ammo in 21 seconds to the nearest car.
He's got a
I'm
free
sure
pit stop almost.
I'm sure he's just, relaxing, maybe having a nice drink on the straights as well. I know I've done that many a time.
Jack King is gonna
refreshed.
look around the outside of Red Mask. He's got the outside line for the chicane. It's a great battle here. Switchback tries to hold the outside. Red Mask gets a little out of shape, and he's gonna lose 2 positions, maybe even 3 to Pipe Tech. Pipe Tech stays behind, but he's got the run now. Red Mask losing 3 positions in the matter of a couple corners there.
Whoever said wet racing wasn't enjoyable? It's been a great race so far.
It has been. I'm surprised that these guys are racing so fair and clean in these type of conditions. It's great to see. Y inside looks like he's catching Stewart here. And Y inside is going to jump into the pits to Cornish. Going to gain a position from that for sure.
I believe that's Dan Robbo's first penalty. He's now on 3 seconds.
Yes, that is correct. So only Kelster Swag, Pipe Tech, Cornish Cuck, and the 2 Alfa Romeos, Don Ammo and Electric Blade without penalties.
Ooh, did Matty Robbo just get past Red Mask there? Coming out of Stowe?
If he did, I missed it.
He did?
I think he might have. I think Matty's stopped, but Red Mask has not. Yeah, Red Mask has not stopped yet, so Matty's definitely got the tire advantage.
You don't think he's going to the end, do you?
Red Mask?
Try and make it to the end on those tires?
I mean, it doesn't really matter if he goes to the end or not. At this point, he's probably not going to get any more positions from other people stopping. So if he stays out, I don't think he'll gain positions.
He'll get the consolation points, knowing that he's done very hard strategy.
Exactly, yeah. At this point,
unnecessarily hard, if you will.
At this point, that's what he's got to do.
He'll do it regardless.
Oh my God, we got 2 subs on the stream while streaming. 2 Spell and Agus Reflex. The boys.
Oh wow.
Big subs, thank you.
You love to see it.
I think that means they like us.
They must do. We must get a permanent job after this. We'll be looking forward to hearing us every week, every Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah, for better or worse, Pipe Tech is putting all sorts of pressure on Dan Robbo here, and Matty Robbo is sandwiching Pipe Tech with his brother, I guess. Are they brothers? I'm assuming.
Yes, they are the Prentice brothers. They're a nightmare to pass.
Oh no, like Dan Robbo and Matty Robbo.
Experience. Oh, I don't know about them.
Oh.
I'll have to. Nearly sent it. Oh, but Kelter does send it. Did he go around the outside? Side into loop?
He is.
Oh, and Red Mask was all over the place coming out of Aintree there.
He's just looking for the checkered flag at this point, I think. But the battle for P12 seems to be the main battle on track as TGL Stewart picks up another 3-second time penalty. If it weren't for the penalties, he'd be driving a pretty solid race today. The top three
Ooh,
all have
can
not
I just
stopped yet
see
either.
Jack King, I think, just made a very, very risky move outside of Cops there. Looks to extend that advantage through Maggots and Beckett's. Seems to have a lot more grip than Dan Robbo there.
Oh, Dan Robbo making a move on
Ooh.
Jack King.
Dan Robbo has all the ER disposal. Jack King has little to none ERS.
And Matty Robbo made a move on Pipe Tech in the back there. So yeah, the top three all have not stopped yet, hey? Don Ammo, Blade, and Racer all have stayed out.
You wonder why Don Ammo has pitted. I mean, he almost has a free pit stop. He could very easily, he could have easily failed again, but I guess he doesn't take the risk now. And Cornish Cook is very close to Jay Prentice. Looks like Jay Prentice has just led him through by the looks of it.
Oh
Going
really?
into Maggots and Beckett's. Didn't fight that in the slightest.
Pipe Tech's got back in front of Matty Robbo as well.
I think Jay Prentice has yet to stop, so I think he's also looking for the zero stop strategy. Hence why he may not have fought that.
And he's got L Prentice coming up behind him who has stopped. Yeah, some have done 0 pit stops. I know. I wonder what kind of tire wear they're on right now. It can't be too fun to drive in the rain with these type of tires.
If only we had the pass, we'd be able to find out.
Yeah. And Y Inside has been setting fastest laps and is now putting pressure on Wisey Boy for P9.
Oh, there's a lot of
Brooklands.
contact there between Matty and Pipe Tech. They're both burning the ERS to try and stay ahead of each other. Looks like Pipe Tech's just going to stay ahead. Oh, or is he? Matty Robbo sends it into Brooklands.
It's going to have a hard time
And
holding
Pipe
the
Tech
outside
gets the
here.
inside.
Oh,
Oh, touch.
a little bit of a moment. Kelser Swag is now on the back of Pipe Tech. And L Prentice is catching up to his brother in front, J Prentice. I wonder if...
Oh, we can see Racer's just finally decided to pit. I think he's just realised he might not make it to the end of the race.
Interesting.
He's playing it safe.
Interesting.
Interesting. He would have been on for a podium there if he hadn't have pitted.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a fairly dire situation.
I wonder what that means for everybody else who hasn't stopped yet. Like Jay
He
Prentice,
could
he's
end.
now under pressure from AJ. Let
It'd be
L Prentice
interesting to
through.
see if Don Ammo and Electric Blade are in a similar situation now.
Yeah, and we got a yellow sector 3 red mask. Looks like he's gotten going again. AJ's all over the back of Jay Prentice here. He's been on those tires for 23 laps at this point. AJ is on the 8-lap old inters. He's definitely got more grip. But the straight line speed of the Ferrari just keeping him ahead. And Red Mask retires in the pits. Nearly made it to the end to say he could do it, but he did not. Prentice still holding off AJ with
Oh,
these
we
old
have a
tires.
spinner. Matty Robbo spinning out of Brooklyn.
No.
That is
No,
an
Maddie.
unfortunate sight.
That is unfortunate. He was in the battle there for P11, P12 for a while. And how is AJ not able to get around Prentice here with these old tires? Looks like Prentice has been saving up his ERS for this moment. And AJ, through the chicane, makes it work.
Oh, through goes AJ a second time. Love to see it. AJ has no ERS. He has 5%. Well, Jay Prentice is sitting comfortably on 60%, so that might not be the last we see of those two scrapping it out. There is still 1.5 laps to go.
There certainly is. But AJ's probably got his sights set on L Prentice ahead, who does have that 3-second time penalty, and he might be able to pick up 2 positions with TGL Stewart having a 12-second penalty in P3 right now, so he's still looking for a P4 position.
There's a lovely 3-car battle going on for P12.
Yep.
You can see Jack King, Pipe Tech, and Kelser.
This is the last lap that they are starting. Oh man, I guess it's just on ammo in the last lap now though.
We have Y inside, who's on a 2-stop, is now in P7. Racer getting past Jay Prentice in the background on the hang straight. Jay Prentice now in P9 on that 0-stop strategy.
But if he can,
not working out for him now.
if he can hang on to that gap, he still has 6 seconds to Y inside ahead of him, so he might gain 1 position. But it doesn't look like he's going to.
Ooh, Electric Blade and Stewart fighting for P2.
P2 on track. Stewart's definitely going to be behind him after it's all said and done, but these guys are not ready to let it go.
Cornish Cook in the background in P4. He might be on for a podium here if Stewart can't get a big enough gap.
Oh, I think Cornish will find himself on the podium today.
He's on 12 seconds, is Stewart. Good lord. That's like one of my races. That.
They're still battling it out in P13, P12, Jack King and Pipe Tech.
We are coming up to the final corners.
Yeah, we should.
Don Ammo just about to round the Vale chicane, round club, and finish the race comfortably in P1. I don't think it was ever in any doubt, don't you think?
No, I don't think so, and he did have that 23-second gap, and he's managed that down to a 12-second gap, so you know he was on his last legs at the end, but still, good for him to stick it out and make that strategy work. He definitely had the pace today. TGL Stewart will cross the line second, but where is that going to put him? Electric Blade and Cornish Cuck battling it out to the line. They are going to finish on the podium ahead of Stewart. Next across the line will be L Prentice in P5. AJ jumps him in P5. Who could have been on the podium today, but had some issues, but still a great recovery drive to finish P5 for him. Racer jumps Y inside across the line. He finishes P8, YZ P9. Dan Rabo will be next across the line. For P10, Jay Prentice, P11, tried to make that no stop work, but unfortunately just didn't have enough life towards the end. CLR Pipe Tech will finish P12 in that battle. Kelser Swag, P13, Jack King, P14, Matty Rabo, P15, and eBird, P16. What a race. Agus Reflex said, love the commentary tonight, by the way, lads.
Thank you very much. Indeed,
Yes.
what a race. What a good race.
Yeah, thanks, Agus.
Lovely
And,
race.
yeah, it was a fun race. Fun to commentate, fun to watch. What were our predictions again? You had Cornish.
Ooh, I had Cornish in P1, Blade in P2, and AJ in P3. So I think I got one of those right. I
You
think I got
got
AJP,
Blade.
Blade in P2, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I had Cornish P1. I can't remember who I put P2. And then I think P3 was Don Ammo. So I had two people on the podium correct, but not the right order at all.
Oh,
Either way,
nicely tight
can't win them
race.
all. And there's the Alfa Romeo 1-2 in EU2 today. Congratulations to the three podium finishers. I'm sure that means that Cornish will keep his championship lead. He didn't have his teammate to help him today, but still a good showing for McLaren.
It's a lovely drive from Cornish there. Kept
Yeah,
himself out of trouble. I don't think he didn't get any penalties.
nope.
Just nice, lovely, clean driving. And I'm not saying this just because he's my teammate. Lovely race.
Yeah,
Yeah, fantastic battles all around. A lot of
he,
penalties, but that's to be expected in the wet and silver in particular. Some really good performances from Racer from 16th up to P7. Wisey Boy from P8 to P9 and Dan Robbo from the back of the grid, more or less, to claim that final points position, just ahead of Jay Prentice, who sadly did not make that zero-stop strategy work. And then Pipe Tip, Keltzer Swag, Jack King, and I can't scroll down. There we
uh,
go. Matty
Matty
Robbo,
Robbo.
T-Bird, Red Mask, and Charlie.
There we have it. That is the finishing order for today. Yeah, good race, good clean race, and not too many or any major incidents. No safety car, surprisingly, but gotta say Cornish was on it, coming from P9th to finish on the podium, but no one was more on it than Mr. Don Ammo, who led the entire race with a very healthy gap. Are we gonna get these guys in for interviews, or are we calling it there?
I suppose, should we do interviews? I'd like to do it.
Yeah, we can do it. Let me see if my friends list works today.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome to the interview booth. Just pulling up the cars here.
Oi.
Right, who are we missing? Missing Don Ammo, or is he in the party?
I am here. Get
So
on.
we have Don. So we have all three. BK, do you want to start with whoever you want to start with?
You go ahead. I'm pulling up the cars right now.
Okay. I will start with my fellow teammate, Cornish Cook.
Get
Finished
on, man.
P3 on just, well, I would say scrape yourself onto the podium, but it was fairly comfortable. Yeah, so I think I'll start with the qualifying performance. Did you expect to see yourself so high up the grid order when you started the race?
Well, qualifying was pitiful for me. This is such a bad track for me, and I just don't know why. My one lap pace is usually all right, but around here it's so far off it. And I think I started 9th or 8th, and I know I had my work cut out for me in the race, but the front three, that pack, Y inside, Don Ammo, Electric Blade, Stewart as well. There was 4 or 5 cars. They were just gone after 3 or 4 laps. So I knew potentially the best outcome for me was 5th, 4th, if I was lucky. A couple of people had a few moments. A couple of people had a lot of penalties. So I just knew if I kept the car on the track, got it to the end, I'd have a good chance of potentially getting on the podium or nicking a spot on the podium, which is exactly what happened. A couple of punches at the end, few people with way too many penalties for EU2, 12 seconds. That's crazy. But Yeah, I'm happy. I'll take it.
Yeah, it seemed those penalties did play a large part in you getting that podium. I suppose it is fortunate that other people got unlucky with their warnings, but I mean we can't take anything away from the drive. I mean it was a lovely drive, very clean. Do you know how many warnings you had?
A solid 0 again. That's 2 Silverstone
0
races.
warnings.
Yeah, 2 Silverstone races in a row. No warnings. Love
Maybe
that.
not so bad at this track after all.
Yeah, it's just my pace around here. It's not what it is around other tracks. So it's really annoying for me, but I'm consistent here. So, and again,
Oh,
happy with P3 from.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you very much.
I guess I can take on Blade here. Good bounce back for you after last week in Japan, Blade. Did you know you're going to the end on those tires, or did it just you kind of saw the opportunity and took it?
Um, it was about lap 10 when I decided to try it just to see what happens, and yeah, that was like 25 or 29, 30% around lap 10, so I was just trying it to see if it would work, and it did. So got over 85 near the end, so that was cutting it close.
Yeah, we did see someone, I can't remember, I think it was a racer who jumped into the pits in like the second to last lap, so we were a little bit worried about you guys getting a puncture, but still, anyways, that's a pretty solid race, and congratulations on the podium to you. Anything else you want to add about your race?
And no, that's pretty much it. Just yeah, definite bounce back from last week, so we'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations. And that brings us to the man who pretty much dominated this entire race, Don Ammo. Congratulations. It was a Sunday drive on a Wednesday for you. How was your race?
Yeah, it was. I think it's a pretty straightforward race. I when I got pole, which was my banker lab, I was a bit surprised. Even I thought people would run lower downforce, but when I got a decent start, got away, and then I saw I could build a gap, I think, to Stewart. Then I was just managing, trying to go to the end. I was maybe going 70% speed, just so I didn't kill myself because I always do.
Yeah, no, we had about a 20-second gap going into the last few laps, and that cut down to still a comfortable margin at 13, but we could definitely tell you were managing towards the end. Were you ever afraid of a puncture or any issues?
I had a puncture 1.5 laps to go, but I don't know. Felt I was maybe losing 2 seconds a lap
Uh,
there.
wow, you had a puncture with 1.5 laps to go, and you still made it across the
Yeah,
line.
I came out of Luffield and I had a puncture. I was shitting myself, like contacting the pits and everything, and then going through Maggots Beckets. I felt like, yeah, that actually, with the gap I had, I could make it to the finish line.
Well, I gotta say that is pretty impressive. We had no idea. I mean, I personally had no idea. Has, did you have any idea there was a puncture going
Just
on?
did a Lewis Hamilton. What a
No,
legend.
Literally.
it's a lovely little parallel between Hamilton and Don Ammo. It does explain how you lost a little bit of the lead towards the end. I think we were a bit confused. I think you finished with 12-second advantage rather than 23. But I mean, you just had such a dominant race. I mean, it really wasn't in question. So, congratulations on that world champion drive.
Thank you very much. And also, congratulations to the others, and thank you for commentating, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
cheers for commentating, you heroes, and congrats, Don, mate. You were rapid today. You're too quick, my friend. Too quick.
Thank you.
No problem, guys. Has, do you have anything to add before we let these guys go?
I think EU2 has proven itself again to be the most exciting tier to watch and commentate on. Battles all around, even in the wet, on a track that you can't particularly overtake on in the wet. So I think, yeah, I know I have to commend the drivers and I have to commend you as well for being such an entertaining commentary partner. And I hope we get to do it again.
Of course, yeah, we're looking forward to next week. We will be in Zandvoort for the next EU2 race, round 11, I believe. Tonight we have AM1 taking the track in Silverstone, might be another wet one. And tomorrow, EU1, same time, same place, same track. For myself, BK, Hasmania, and our podium, Don Ammo, Electric Blade, and Cornish Cuck, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Been a pleasure.